With coronavirus having changed many of our lives, it has the public questioning themselves to what is the real truth behind the virus. Before the virus shut down the world, people were happy to accept the official explanation that the virus had come from China. The explanation given to us is that the virus originated from a live animal market where it jumped into a human system, similar to the comic book story of the Batman. Viral videos of people eating bats in China had been debunked as these videos were recorded in Indonesia. Further proof shows that viruses cannot survive during the cooking process, as cooking usually kills viruses in meat and animal tissue. The public are beginning to see this enigma for what it is, a killing joke. We here at BSN have decided to dig deeper to find out what really is going on.
Don't push into me! Don't push into me!
One of the popular theories is that the virus was used as a form of weapon or population control. In August of 2019, the streets of Hong Kong were filled with violent protesters, causing havoc in order to maintain their British citizenship. Many believe government officials ordered a laboratory in Hong Kong to release the virus in order to claim power and ownership of the people, forcing them to remain indoors. One of the culprits believed to be behind the master plan is British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. When asking Johnson about the suspicion of his involvement, he gave an interesting response.
Sphere is not really my province, but what I can say is that I'm informed that
Johnson was not the only one struggling to give a direct answer. Taoiseach Leo Varadkar was asked the question on live broadcast if the theory of the Batman is fit for purpose given by the organisation.
And is it fit for purpose? You see, as Taoiseach, that pause tells me it's a no. Am I right?
There's a difference between the organisation and the people in it, and I don't want to say anything that...
If the theory of the Batman is true, why is it that both Johnson and Varadkar struggled to answer the question? One man has claimed to have reported the truth to the media, describing the theory of the Batman as genuinely fine, but the media did not report on his accusations towards Johnson, where he called him up on the theory as fake.
And unfortunately, there was a story that was done, which was, generally fine, but it didn't put in what I said about the Prime Minister, and I said tremendous things. And fortunately, we tend to record stories now, so we have it for your enjoyment if you'd like it, but we record when we deal with reporters. It's called fake news.
Later on in the day, our BSN reporter asked President Donald Trump to elaborate on his news towards the statement of fictitious news by Johnson and Varadkar.
I think it's a disgrace, and I say that, and that's something that Nazi Germany would have done and did do. I think it's a disgrace. That information that was false and fake and never happened got released to the public.
The Irish people protest on the streets of Ireland to remove the Taoiseach out of office in regards to the theory of the Batman. Farmers are also protesting against the regulations on putting a ban on farming during a lockdown, leaving some feeling hopeless about the future.
I'm here because my future in farming is in crisis. There'll be nothing for me to pursue in the next couple of years because the government is ruining it for me with everything that's going on. I've come from a farming background. All my family have been farming for generations and generations, and there'll be nothing there for me if we don't get this sorted out now.
It's totally unfair. Like, these people would not be driving tractors on a long journey here today. They wouldn't be leaving their places of work today to come here where they don't want to be. There's no man or woman wants to be here.
And some of them, many of them are on the rack at the present time. If they weren't able to dip into their farm payments, their families and themselves would be hungry because they would have nothing to put any food on the table. And that's the God's gospel truth.
With the ban on farming causing farmers to dip into their savings, many of the Irish are starting to see the real identity of the Batman. This is Charlie Bash from BSN. Thanks for watching.